Friends, a warm welcome to one and all. This is mnemonic series by Dr. Ramanan and Dr. Shivani. So today's discussion topic is aphasia and its related conditions. So before going into this topic proper, we have to understand where this areas located in the brain. Two important areas we have to discuss. The location of them is MCQ, and this complete area of aphasia is a very high yield topic and conceptual too. First, look into the anatomical part. Broadband is a scientist who named these areas of brain which is concerned with understanding and so many areas. So, first of all, whatever I'm going to say for the next 10 minutes, it will be processed in this area number 22, which is located in the superior temporal gyrus. This is where everything starts. It is called as the Wernicke's area. So, understanding is everything in life. So, that's why it is superior temporal gyrus. From here the information is being processed and you have to convey what you were and what you understood to the world, right? So Broca's area is where this motor area of speech is located, that is area number 44 and 45. That's how life is. Always understanding is superior. That's why superior temporal gyrus is Wernicke's area and Broca's area is motor area. So coming into the topic proper, we have around 10 aphasias. First of all, we'll look at all these aphasia in 4 characters, that is CRNF. Remember this CRNF, these are the characters of aphasia. We have to discuss accordingly. First, C stands for comprehension, that is where the understanding is about. Then repetition, whether you repeat it or not. Then naming, and then fluency. These are the 4 characters: comprehension, repetition, naming, and fluency. So first, when we talk about this injury or lesion in Wernicke's area, what aphasia, if Wernicke's aphasia is happening, what kind of features we are going to look into it. First of all, if Wernicke's is being affected, that is the understanding of our brain. So the understanding part is getting affected. Comprehension is, the literal meaning of comprehension is understanding. So if Wernicke's has been damaged, so there is no understanding. So definitely, if you can't understand, you can't repeat it, you can't name it. But because the fluency is there, because the Broca's area is intact, the fluency will be there. That's how you discuss the Wernicke's aphasia. So next, the topic is about Broca's aphasia. If there is an injury in the Broca's area, definitely the comprehension, understanding will be fine. It will be fine because the Wernicke's area is intact in this patient. So then what happened to the repetition and naming? It will definitely be impaired. What happened to the fluency? Because the Broca's area is the motor area of speech, definitely the fluency will get affected. Let's go to these global aphasia. This is the third aphasia. Global aphasia is very simple. You all know it is global, right? Everything is getting affected. So all the 4 characters of aphasia will definitely be impaired. Comprehension is impaired, repetition, naming, fluency, everything is impaired because both Wernicke's and Broca's is involved here. So the 4th aphasia is conduction aphasia. This is very nice to discuss because between Broca's and Wernicke's in anatomy there is a connection between Wernicke's and Broca's area that is called arcuate fasciculus. This connection fibers will be conveying the information from Wernicke's to Broca's. If there is any derangement in this bridge, in between, if there is any damage, the characters in between will get affected. Very simple. CRNF in between is repetition and naming. These 2 will get affected because the Wernicke's and Broca's is fine. That's why the understanding, comprehension, and fluency will be fine. So then these 4 characters and 4 types of aphasia we have completed. Let's see the first bench person and the last bench person. Yes, the anterior non-fluent aphasia and posterior fluent aphasia. These are the 5th and 6th types of aphasia. What is the first desk person used to do? He always understand things. He will never remember all the names in the class. Then definitely if you ask him something, he will repeat it. But there is no fluency because he is not going to discuss with everyone. He will be very focused, right? So that's how the anterior non-fluent aphasia, this is the character of a first bench person in the class. He will be comprehensive. He can understand everything. That is the character of a first bench person, right? So he will understand the things. Then what happened to the repetition? He will definitely repeat because he is listening to the class very nicely, right? He will definitely repeat. What happened to the naming? He doesn't remember the name because he's a first bench person, right? He don't want to remember any names of other person in the class. Then what about the fluency? He is not fluent because he is a first bench person. He is always theory oriented, right? That's why it is like that. Then let's look at the posterior fluent aphasia. That's the sixth aphasia, and it is a typical last bencher. Swag only. Why I am saying it posterior is fluent, and why I am comparing with the last bench person is here definitely the comprehension will be a problem because last bencher, right? That will be a problem. What about the repetition? He will repeat. That is why the last benchers are smart. If a teacher is going to ask a last bencher, he will answer. Even though he's not listening to the class, he will answer. It's like that only, right? Then what about the naming? He is also last bench person. He is always more oriented and concentrated about other things in the class, not the naming. He'll never remember other people names. Then what about the fluency? That is the catches. Here, these people are always fluent. These people, even without understanding the class, they will be fluent in whatever they want to do. Always will be talking, right? These people are. So this is about the sixth aphasia, that is the last bench student. Let's go into the isolated person, isolation aphasia. This is the seventh type of aphasia, where just remember a person who is just completely isolated from the world. Definitely the comprehension, there is no understanding, the comprehension will be impaired. If a person is completely isolated, he will be just sitting in always in an isolated room. So if you say something, he'll be repeating it again. That is called echolalia. So for repetition, that is echolalia will be there. He'll be just repeating what you're saying. That is echolalia. Then what about the naming? He will never remember any name because he's completely isolated, insane isolated person, right? He'll never be, the naming will be never be fine. He'll never remember anything is there. What about the fluency? Even definitely that also will be affected, right? So there won't be any purposeful speech in this isolated person. What about the eighth? This eighth aphasia is a very favorite for me because it is anomic. Anomic means no naming. That is anomic aphasia. They can't name what is the object. They can't name what is this. That kind of person. They can understand what you're saying, so comprehension will be fine. What about the repetition? Definitely the repetition will be there, but what will be affected here? Only the naming will be affected here. And there will be a pass in between, like fluency. If they want to talk, means they can't name the particular objects so that there will be a pass. Like if you show them something, they can form other words and all, but there will be a pass for the name of that object. Like they can't say that pencil, they can't say that object, whatever is in front of them. Other than that, they can form only faces. Only the words will be there. There will be a pass between them. Wherever the names are coming, there will be a pass. So what about the last two aphasias? These are very simple aphasias. Pure word deafness and pure alexia. What is pure word deafness? Pure word deafness is like whatever I am saying you can't understand that. Whatever I am talking to you can't understand that. What is pure alexia? Whatever you are reading, you can't understand. The last aphasia, pure alexia, is like us only. Whatever we are reading, we can't understand. There are two kinds of people in the world, right? There are whatever the people are saying, some people can't understand that. Some people are like whatever they are reading, they can't understand that. These two are very common, right? We have to take very deep analysis of this last two. Pure word deafness, here the comprehension will be affected for the spoken language. Whatever I'm talking to you can't understand that. Then definitely if you can't understand anything, then the repetition will be affected, right? So that's why the repetition is affected here. But the naming will be fine, and even the fluency will be fine here. Same for alexia. Alexia, only problem is the learning disorder. Whatever, they can't read that. That is a problem. They will definitely understand other language and all, but the only problem in understanding is whatever is written there, they can't understand that. There is that movie is there, right? Tare Zameen Par. That's what. This aphasias are very simple. Just you have to break it up like that. So I will give you this comprehensive 10 divisions and 10 types of aphasia with a little bit of more depth analysis. Just keep revising it so that definitely 2 MCQs you can expect in the NEET and any central institutes. Good luck. Hope you like it. Keep revising it so that you can remember that during the exam. We'll give you MCQs related to it. Just solve it. Good luck.